This decade was marked by some truly memorable figures from animated films. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 iconic animated characters of the 2000s.
Just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're taking a look at animated movie characters who dominated the silver screen throughout the 2000s and will surely stand the test of time.
Why did you lie to me?
Because I'm a wild animal.
Number 10. Coraline Jones. Coraline. Coraline was created by master of modern fantasy Neil Gaiman and brought to life on the big screen by Henry Selick, who is known for his mastery of stop-motion animation. Coraline is a bored young girl looking for adventure and attention.
So, can I go out? I think it's perfect weather for gardening.
No, Coraline, rain makes mud. Mud makes a mess.
She's naturally attracted to the fantastical other world that exists behind a secret door. But things aren't as they seem.
No way! You're not sewing buttons in my eyes!
Oh, but we need a yes if you want to stay here.
So sharp you won't feel a thing. Ow!
Coraline is a complex character who doesn't fall into any stereotypes or tropes, making her relatable and endearing to viewers. This movie may not have been as widely viewed as some other modern animated features, but the titular heroine is largely why it's developed such a strong cult following.
You know, I'm glad you decided to stalk me.
Number 9. Carl Fredricksen. Up. The fact that Up had us in tears within the first 5 minutes goes to show just how emotionally well crafted it is. Since this Pixar film immediately hooks us with its tragic love story, we want to follow the aging Carl Fredricksen on his search for adventure. Carl at first comes off as a cantankerous old man, but as the plot progresses, we get to peel back his rough exterior to see the softie he really is.
Sorry about your house, Mr. Fredricksen.
You know, it's just a house.
While Doug the talking dog is certainly a scene stealer, the image of Carl and his balloon house is surely the most iconic.
So long, boys! I'll send you a postcard from Paradise Falls!
Number 8. Po, Kung Fu Panda franchise. Disney and Pixar may get most of the glory, but in the 2000s, DreamWorks crafted quite a few memorable characters of their own. Kung Fu Panda tells a classic underdog story that centers on Po, a clumsy panda who idolizes the masters of Kung Fu.
Monkey, mantis, crane, viper, tigress, roar!
Master Oogway points to him as the new dragon warrior, and no one could be as shocked as he is.
The universe has brought us the dragon warrior.
What? 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 What?
Po is an inspirational figure who shows that even the least likely candidates can rise to greatness. We should all aspire to be a little more like him.
How can we repay you?
There is no charge for awesomeness or attractiveness.
Number 7. Scrat, the Ice Age franchise. Ice Age is another franchise that took off in the 2000s, further demonstrating that Disney was facing some stiff competition from rival animation studios. The first film, released in 2002, introduces us to a wide array of prehistoric characters, including saber-toothed squirrel, Scrat. He's a simple creature who just wants a safe place to hide his acorn. Even though he doesn't speak, in a traditional sense at least, we can see his wide range of emotions in his expressive face.
Oh.
Scrat proved so popular that he even received a series of spin-off shorts and continued to shine as the MVP in each sequel. Number 6. Stitch, Lilo and Stitch.
Who are you? This is my family. I found it all on my own.
Lilo and Stitch doesn't get as much recognition as some other Disney films, perhaps because it was released at a time when the studio was suffering from a slump in quality. But that being said, it gave us Stitch, otherwise known as Experiment 626, a lovable extraterrestrial who is basically a wrecking ball in the form of an adorable blue creature.
Hey, what is the matter with you? Be careful of the little angel.
It's not an angel, Lilo. I don't even think it's a dog.
Stitch causes mayhem wherever he goes, but that doesn't make us love him any less. It's Stitch's character arc that makes him so darn endearing, and the fact that he embraces the concept of Ohana is just too much to bear.
Ohana means family. Family means nobody
gets left behind
or forgotten.
Number 5. Wallace and Gromit. Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. While they made their debut in the late 80s, it'd be over a decade and a half until this dynamic duo starred in their own animated feature. Wallace and Gromit couldn't be more different, but that doesn't stop them from being the best of friends.
Oh, Gromit, old pal. Happened again. I'll need assistance.
Wallace is an inventor and cheese lover, while his dog Gromit is a preternaturally intelligent beagle with a degree from Dogwarts University. Through clay animation, their creators tell tales of their adventures together, and despite Gromit not being able to speak, or even having a mouth to speak of, they conceived one of the most expressive characters ever. We could only aspire to having a friendship as good as this one.
That's more like it, lad. How can we possibly fail now? You're a total knockout.
Number 4. Wally. Wally. Here is another character who barely speaks, but still manages to express himself in ways that elicit our sympathies. Pixar went out on a limb in creating Wally, a movie that spent the entire first act focusing on a mostly silent character alone in his world. Despite this, the audience inevitably feels for this little trash compacting robot. This film marked a turning point for the animation studio, showing that a movie that was far outside of the box and addressed some troubling real-world issues could be a massive hit. Number 3. Mike Wazowski and James P. Sully Sullivan. Monsters, Inc. franchise. Who could have imagined that the monsters in our closet could be so darn endearing?
For the upcoming company play called Put That Thing Back Where It Came From, or So Help Me.
While Boo is surely adorable, this movie is all about Mike Wazowski and James P. Sully Sullivan, a pair of monsters who accidentally bring a human child into their world.
How can I do this? How can I be so stupid? This could destroy the company.
The company? Who cares about the company? What about us? That thing is a killing machine!
Sully is the best scarer at Monsters, Inc., but he really has a heart of gold. And Mike is a literal walking eyeball who elicits laughs with everything he does.
Where is it, you little one-eyed cretin? Okay, first of all, it's creepy. If you're gonna threaten me, do it properly.
It's easy to fall in love with princesses and cute animals, but the fact that Pixar made us relate to monsters is an impressive feat. Number 2. Dory, the Finding Nemo franchise. Finding Nemo was all about a clownfish and his attempts to find his missing son, but the standout character from this 2003 Pixar film was undoubtedly Dory.
There's gotta be a way out.
Look, here's something. Escape. I wonder what that means. It's funny. It's spelled just like the word escape.
Let's go.
Ah!
She is a regal blue tangfish with short and long-term memory loss and endless optimism.
We need
Dory.
What
are you doing? What are you doing?
She's a hapless creature, but one of the sweetest fish in the sea. We've been repeating her mantra to just keep swimming ever since this movie was released.
When life gets you down, you know what you gotta do?
I don't want to know what you gotta do.
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming.
Of course, she was so beloved that she got her own movie, Finding Dory, in 2016, which revealed even more about her character.
I suffer from short-term memory loss.
Yes! That's exactly what you say.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
But combine one flavor with another, and something new was created.
Please, can't you give me a job?
Don't start that again.
Please, I just want to work.
Don't say that.
Oh, right. The poison for Cusco. The poison chosen specially to kill Cusco. Cusco's poison. That poison?
Yes, that poison.
Number 1, Shrek, the Shrek franchise.
What are you doing in my swamp?
Who else could possibly be our number 1 pick? This swamp-dwelling ogre lets us peel back his layers to reveal one of the most lovable characters ever created.
Onions have layers. Ogres have layers. Onions have layers? You get it. We both have layers.
Shrek is the hero we didn't know we needed, an ill-humored and crotchety figure who only let the audience in bit by bit. Of course, his companion Donkey deserves a mention as well, for being one of the most hilarious movie sidekicks to ever grace our screens.
You know what else everybody like? Parfaits. Have you ever met a person you say, hey, let's get some parfaits? They say, hell no, I don't like no parfaits. Parfaits are delicious.
There's a little bit of Shrek in all of us, making this undoubtedly the most iconic franchise of the decade. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.